I enjoyed the film. I think maybe suffered a little bit from being so hyped before it was released. You know, there was already, you know, come from Sundance, you know, with trailing showers of glory, or whatever the expression is, behind it. And so when I finally saw it, you know, I think I was always going to be a little disappointed. It's a very slight film, but actually it has stayed with me. And I think that, you know, it may not be the most cutting edge and intense analysis of a political leader or the formation of a political leader ever made, but it does have something to say about South America and about the formation of this young man, and it's a very subtle coming-of-age story, actually, and I found it kind of obscurely moving at the end, even though you didn't really quite know why, and that's always an achievement if you know they haven't hit you over the head with the mechanism of the movie. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It's you know, it's a little bit Marxism light. And you know, there are criticisms.
Marxism with half the calories.
I know a lot of people I don't know that much about Che, but I know, you know, some people criticised it for not mentioning his sort of the ferocious violence that he also embodied.
What did you think of the acting, the two leads in particular?
I thought they were fantastic. I think from the very beginning of the film, I was completely on the journey with them, and I thought that he. You know, he set out the relationship between the two of them, and also there was something about that scene of the family, you know, on the edge of the sidewalk saying goodbye to them, that I really cared about the family, and I cared about you know, these two youngsters.
It wasn't overly heroic, so that was what was good about it, actually, wasn't it?
And
the way they sketched those
in,
yeah.
So
well, the father, you immediately believed they had this sort of relationship, the mother, the sisters, and yet no time wasted.
No, it's brilliant.
But that was what was best about the film, I think, was the lightness of touch, and then what, the bits that didn't work were the bits, as you say, these heavy-handed political bits.
I didn't find it that heavy-handed at all. I felt, I mean, I don't know that much about Che's early life either, and I thought that it was a very innocent look into, you know, it was almost like an everyman tale of, you know, everyone's awakening into a journey from the internal into a greater consciousness of social injustices. And you're right, you don't see that many films kind of exhibiting that these days, and so delicately.
He wasn't an everyman, was he? And in some ways the film is trying to play two games. It's trying to say, yes, this is an average rites of passage movie that so many people can identify with, but there again, he's an icon who ended up on people's student hall walls.
It is a sort of movie that stays with you, I think, more than you expect. Did you not find that? Because I was watching and thinking, at times, this is a bit Hollywood for my taste, for a film of this nature. The scene when he swims across the lake to be with those who need him more, I guess, or to show where his future and his heart lies. I thought that was a little heavy-handed, but afterwards, I did like the movie, and I found it stayed with me, so...
I think that, yeah, I had the same experience. That there were sorts of things I didn't like about it when I was watching it, but afterwards it felt rather a beguiling movie. I felt that something rather mysterious had happened.